Okay, so 1, I am the king of universal, pinpointed moral precision. 2, I am the king of focused moral intensity. 3, I am the king of righteousness. 4, I am the king of maturity. 5, I am the king of romance. 6, I am the king of discipline. 7, I am the king of justice. 8, I am the king of truth. 9, I am the king of reality. 10, I am the king of God's warrior spirit. 11, I am the king of creating mental clarity. Why sabotage me if I am not? 12, I am the king of true leadership. 13, I am set apart as the top martial artist ever to lead. And 14, females all live pathetic lives not worth living, and many are in denial, right? Other people all live pathetic lives not worth living and are in denial. So, when I am the master, the king, the master of masters, the king of kings, the lord of lords, okay, on reality, not theater arts, not some goofy coward on TV allowed to look good, not some action hero star, not some weird MMA fighter, not some traditional martial artist person in 2022, an utter disgrace to their martial art as they obey the corporate state. I am the king of reality and these principles. They have no viable counter argument to any of these principles. Keep that in mind, that there's no viable counter argument to any of these 50 points that I'm making in this video. 50 points, one of them by itself, right? I'm the king of universal pinpoint and moral precision. That by itself, I should be able to end the video right there. But other people are nowhere near as smart as I am. So I'm also the king of true intelligence. Anyway, 14. Okay, went over. Okay, 15. Many are dumb enough to reproduce when those who go after ill-gotten gains have despicable and disgraceful lives. No true woman of honor and dignity would accept reproducing with them. So many females, including attractive females, are dumb enough to keep reproducing when they look at this horrible world and all these technologies of control because of their cultures, their spirits, their genes, their nature, their nurture, their paths. Pretty straightforward. 16, I would treat them far more fairly than others. 17, 1 in 4 females are said to be sexually molested as children in America, and many are raped while in college by so-called decent, hard-working people with an education and or on their way to get a college degree. 18, the left-right paradigm has swallowed up the sense of so many of them. 19, those in extreme music cultures and other extremely illogical cultures have been failed by society and other guys. The failure of other people is so extreme. They've had all this time in recorded human history, for example, to learn from their mistakes. They didn't learn a damn thing because the kindest acts of the wicked are stupid and cruel. 20, a life without living for the highest cause is a huge mistake. 21, how many are prostitutes, strippers, porn stars, hookers, escorts in sex cults, or are treated like those types while they work for the government and corporations? If they're so smart when they don't submit to me, if they're doing so well, then how come so many of them are sexually immoral? And in those groups, obviously they're doing very, very bad. And females are a house divided. None of them stand for universal pinpoint and moral precision, so they all fall short of universal pinpoint and moral precision, and they get played like hoes, dummies, and bitches, etc. 22. No one has combated rape with all their heart, with truth, and in the highest cause more than I have in human history. No one has combated rape with all of their heart more than I have. Being sabotaged and getting almost nowhere because women won't rally and obey God through me, and they keep reproducing with scum. So scum keep being scum. 23. The attempts of the governments and their allies to stigmatize me, to maintain the rape by deception culture, makes it crystal clear to the observers that they are far better off obeying me and my moral precision philosophy. We see the sabotage and the despicable response to me reporting the sabotage time and time again and telling other people to report it to the FBI and so on and so forth. The society's response to the sabotage of the most righteous person ever is a complete disgrace. Never has America been more disgraced, and the only thing more disgraceful than that is them covering up that sabotage and not taking responsibility for it. What a disgrace in reality that will never be wiped away. So their sabotage even is telling. So basically there's some kind of hornet on my bumper because they're filming me inside and making noise, so I had to go outside. Bear with me for a second. All right. The opposition, 24, the opposition view does not even have a viable counter-argument, and I've told them to present it if they have one for many years. They don't even have a viable counter-argument. Avoiding the argument is not a viable counter-argument. Saying that 1 + 1 = 2 doesn't make sense is not a viable counter-argument. Saying that 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 = 8 doesn't make sense is not a viable counter-argument. Rewind the video time and time again, write it down. 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 = 8. What's your viable counter-argument? Saying, I don't understand them, just makes it so that it's obvious that I'm right. In this context. 25, the kindest acts of those who cheat me out of my right to lead are cruel, so other people are evil. Their kindest acts are cruel. If you're cheating me out of my right to lead, everything you do is despicable. So you're evil. Why team up with and obey other people? They are evil. 26, they basically have proven definitively that they are nowhere near prepared to face the calculated psychological operations that keep them mentally enslaved. Marketing, government propaganda, social club pressure, fraternity pressure, corporate group pressure, social group pressure, political group pressure, law enforcement coercion, intimidation, and harassment, and their network. Harassing people. They are nowhere near mentally prepared to face these things. Their churches, their martial arts schools, their families, their friends, their law enforcement training, you name it, did not prepare them to face these things and make a sound decision. They are mentally enslaved for all intents and purposes. 26, the histories of the movements they follow give away that they are lost. 27, they do not appreciate why I'm right, and they need to hear me out in person and brainstorm with me to see why. They need to discuss it with me. I'll be, if they want to discuss it with me, especially if they're very attractive, I'll be very gentle. I've talked to people in person many times. I can't remember any time that I scared them away with my attitude or something. Okay? That's not a problem. I make my videos angry because I'm being provoked, and they put a special emphasis on doing things to piss me off right when I'm in the process of making videos. And I have over 22 witnesses, and the thought that they try to play me out as crazy is likely to piss me off more, and the fact that I have to bring that up all the time in my videos and interrupt my videos to cover that, you can imagine that is annoying. So that's why I sound annoyed, because that's what's called the normal human response, especially when you're trying to discuss the most important things in the world, and time is precious. Time is of the essence. 28, females often betray each other. 29, the destruction of women is obvious these days, and many wolves in sheep's clothes pretend to help them at times, and they have no reason to believe anyone else. They even tell them to lose themselves, to reinvent themselves, and to basically join some crazy movement and become a mind control slave. 30, the history of government operations like the Phoenix program and Project Midnight Climax makes it clear that the government has a long history of sexually controlling women for pathetic corporate and military industrial complex-based rapist scumbag reasons. They have a long history. You're in a society that has a long history of controlling women and abusing them and torturing them in America and abroad, in the Middle East, in Thailand, in Vietnam, in Panama, you name it, they were there abusing women. Military bases all over the world. What exactly do they do? I wonder if they take part in psychological operations abroad. And do things for the purpose of sexual control. 31, all the celebrities and public figures that influence females are leading them astray. 32, even the church is leading them astray. 33, their own friends and families are leading them astray. 34, even the word astray is a play on words for alpha stray, leading them astray from the moral alpha, the true alpha, the top martial arts. 35, proof is a play on words for pro of, the reason why a king wears a sword. Profound, and more. What I'm doing is profound. The pro of universal pinpoint and moral precision, focus, moral intensity, intelligence, righteousness, and the things I went over at the beginning of this video. And more. All the martial art principles, all the life principles. 36. If you knew that the most righteous person ever was being sabotaged, so organized corporate state scum could control sexual behavior, would you not run, not walk to scramble to team up with him? And that's a priceless reason why they should. Some of these reasons overlap somewhat with other reasons, but they are reasons by themselves. 37. Life is short, and to put your family over principle is how we have a world full of evil people who wouldn't dream of dying for doing what is right. So their family is no excuse. 38. A woman who rejects good sense is said to be like a gold ring in a pig's snout. Who wants to be a gold ring in a pig's snout and keep rebelling against my lead? 39. The reasons the other people cite that people have... The reasons the other people cite that people should obey them are immature and sick as it gets when you think them through. 40. I have been sabotaged basically all my life because to the government it was obvious that I am the type to help women and they are villains who kidnap them physically and otherwise. That's why I'm sabotaged. They knew since I was a little kid, based on the family I was from and my psychological profile as a child, that I was going to grow up and insist on what's right. So they sabotaged me all my life. 41. They play them out as complete idiots and they are just a dumb bitch to them. 42. It's childish to obey them. They even encourage hazing and childish group harassment. 43. They are dehumanized by them, other people. 44. They are covertly manipulated. 45. Each day, them and their allies do more and more evil. They even provoke me, the top martial artist ever possible, the most righteous person ever possible, and the Son of God. This means that their DNA and their spirits are made more pitiful in reality with no way back. 46. Princesses killed themselves for far less of a disgrace than the disgrace of rebelling against my lead. 47. Samurai's wives killed themselves for much less than the disgrace of obeying the globalists who are led by the essence of disgrace, the Western governing class. 48. To continue the continuity of the organized rape, especially rape by deception movement of the West and its allies, is far worse than death. The only way to redeem oneself is to obey God through the most righteous, and that is me. 49. This is the most important time in human history ever possible, and I'm the last righteous leader ever possible. 50. Nature is full of reasons and points of references that make it clear that the logical thing to do is to rally and to obey me. Water, the sun, the heavens, and the way you feel when you look at it. The way you feel when you have mental clarity when you look at nature and the heavens. Fresh air, right? The nature trying to get you to think straight, right? The water helps you think. It purifies the toxins. When you do martial arts, you sweat out toxins and you drink water. The sun helping you sweat out toxins. Fresh air, the plants giving you fresh air, the wind, okay? Nature is saying, get your shit together and obey the top martial artist ever because he is the pinnacle of moral, mental, spiritual, and romantic clarity. Thank you.